Hari Om. After introducing a brief history of Swamiji and his potentials as a profound spiritualist, it is imperative on our part to go in depth about some of his teachings and preachings in the form of books, booklets, hymns, etc. Here I would like to highlight a very interesting aspect of Swamiji. When he was hardly 20 years, he visited one library where he piled the entire books in the rack over a table just by scrolling. Watching him, the librarian who got annoyed, but to his surprise, he found that Swamiji could give all the information about any book picked by the librarian from the heap. He was so much enamored by him and prostrated, saying that he was great. This incident is similar to what has happened in Swami Vivekananda's life. The topics that are dealt with is of wide spectrum and many aspects of inspiring nature, having great implied aspects of sadhana and the path to liberation. The stage through which an Atman has to do his sadhana in great detail. Facts like the primary things of yama, niyama, from there he starts in serious order in the way in which a sadhana applied person has to start with. And here the yoga way of teaching has been implied in many of his speeches. He considers that the yogic way of life is going to be of great use in practicing. The chakras of the body had been dealt with in great detail, and as you know, Kriya Yoga is something which is practicing this aspect. The Kriya Yoga is one where a person has to practice by controlled breathing, and this one is also known as the pranayama based yoga, where it is also said the soham devotion, soham meditation, and so many other words are being used for this way of practicing the spiritual aspects of liberation. This type of practicing dhyana or meditation had been taught to me personally by Swamiji, and I had lot of benefits by practicing this sort of meditation. It's a very easy, I would say, because when we are meditating and trying to make your concentration mainly on the breathing of the person, you cannot have much of distraction by continued and flowing thoughts in the mind, and it is going to be very useful, and I have had the benefit of it. Apart from this, many of his books had been devoted only to Lord Venkateswara, though of course he had written lot of hymns in praise of other deities which you are very familiar in Hinduism. Swamiji had direct command from Lord Venkateswara in trying to do his sort of spiritual propagation in this world. He had used very many techniques as directed by the Lord, like trying to preach mantra, giving many people the diksha of mantra. And lot of people had been put into the path of meditation and doing, tapas to various parts of the country so that this gospel can be spread all over. He collected large number of people for this propagation, varied ages from as much as 18 to 60 years. Depending on the age, he was trying to put them into various aspects. Younger people for doing the tapas The elder ones were doing the meditation and also the uh, mantra dikshas. In this sort of way, Swamiji had done lot of preaching and teaching all around the mainly South India, I should say. Though of course he had also participated in doing such things in other states as well. At this juncture, I would like to have a passing mention of Kriya Yoga, where it started long back by a yogi. Even now he is very much alive, and this yogi started in India and is believed that he is still alive. And up to the level of Swami Yogananda, this Kriya had been transmitted from the preacher, the first preacher. And the Kriya Yoga is being practiced by so many other spiritual teachers as well in India. With the type of praise and the amount of works that he had been doing by his writings and preachings, there was a lot of awakening in the south. Lot of people had become you benefited and also become teachers to others. Swami Vilakshananda, having had this way of trying to take all the people into his fold, the South, I think, had been totally benefited, and a lot of books had been also written on these aspects with various titles where people could understand and try to put it in the routine practice. And by various and this sort of path, lot of awakening had been done in the whole of South India. I should say again, I'm stressing this because it is Swamiji's directly doing all this had reached, I think, a lot of population, but now I find that I am unable to recollect or try to find out from the people with whom I move much about Swamiji, and I feel that it is time that we try to bring out all his valuable teachings hereafter. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hold on.